Welcome to Future Proof Law, Faster, Smarter, Better mini-series, powered by Faster Outcomes and brought to you by the Legally Speaking podcast. We're back with another cutting-edge mini-series, and this time we're diving headfirst into one of the hottest topics in legal innovation, agentic AI. This Faster Outcomes series features 3 short, power-packed episodes with trailblazers from AI and legal tech scenes designed to equip you, law firms, with the insights you need to adapt, innovate, and win an AI-powered future. So what's it all about? Each 10 to 15 minute episode breaks down real strategies, tech trends, and client-first transformations that are redefining the legal landscape. So let's get into it. To close out our Legally Speaking podcast, Future Proof Law, Faster, Smarter, Better mini-series, we're zooming out and looking ahead. Legacy doesn't mean being left behind, it means leading differently. As AI reshapes legal from inside out, the firms that endure will be those that evolve without losing their identity. Today, we're exploring the top trends defining the future of law firms and how leadership can keep pace. Here to share his expert perspective on what's next for this true visionary. So Tim Sawyer is the EVP of Sales at Faster Outcomes. So a very warm welcome to the Legal Speaking podcast, Tim.
I am so happy and grateful to be here today. Can't wait to get into the discussion. Let's do it.
Absolutely. And we're honored to have you. So let's get into it, Tim, as you say. What do you see as the most disruptive trends coming to law firms over the next 1 to 5 years, in your opinion?
What I see as the most disruptive trend, obviously we're talking about agentic AI primarily.
Yep.
That's going to be a huge driver. The firms that are going to win, where there's going to be real disruption, are firms, when we talk about leadership, that can connect with their why. That's the start, right? So there's a lot of talk about AI, talk about AI implementation, and we can get into workflows and those types of things. But I think from a leadership perspective, if we step back and we take the anxiety out of it, we just say, first, what are we trying to accomplish with AI? Let's start there. And then I think from an adoption standpoint, because this is the trick, Rob, right, is leadership needs to get on the same page and say, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do it. They need to help the team understand that and then take the anxiety out of the adoption phase. And I think some simple things that we can do is connect with our team and say, okay, have you used open source ChatGPT? What do you use open source ChatGPT for? And then show them some simple use cases that they can, by the way, create a children's book, write a poem, just get comfortable using the technology. So then you go from curiosity, from anxiety to curiosity to adoption on a personal level. And then we work together as a team to bring AI into every element of the law firm, right? And the way I always talk about it is, let's break the law firm down into 3 parts. We need to engage. So all the elements under engage, right? So that's intake, marketing. There's a lot of things that we can do with AI there. How do we provide a world-class advocacy and client experience that leads to the highest settlement that we can? Break that down into bite-sized pieces. And then, as Andrew was mentioning, how do we use our existing database to continue communication post-settlement so that we can curate 5-star reviews, we can generate referrals. So it's engage, assist, and scalable growth. But it all starts with why, and then a slow, easy movement towards adoption. And if the law firms who can nail that motion are going to kill it.
Yeah, and I love that. And I love that you talked about slow motion, because it's not always that you need to rush to these things. And I had someone that I spoke to recently who said, with AI adoption, it's almost like trying to drive in the fog. You continue driving, but maybe you just go a little bit slower because it's foggy. You can't see fully ahead. But the main thing is you keep going forwards and you stay curious. And like you say, you learn and you look to adopt and try and move with these things. Yeah, really liked how you broke that down and gave some bite-sized examples there. So again, we spoke to in Rishi's episode, which was episode 1 of this mini-series, around human touch. So I want to come to you in terms of how law firms can scale with AI, if we're saying AI is for good, but without losing that human touch or indeed the legacy that makes them so unique.
If you deploy AI correctly, and again, this adoption phase, if everyone gets comfortable with AI as a friend, not this intimidating technology, but as a friend, and we develop a personal relationship with an AI agent as we implement these initiatives in the law practice, we can use AI to actually further develop the brand, right? So think about the average law firm and what they say, right? In terms of human touch, you get them on stage and they say, well, Tim, the reason my law firm is different is I've been in the community for 30 years. I do philanthropic activity. I go to church on the weekend. And then the next lawyer stands up and he says what? Exact same thing, right? So brands are built from within. And what AI can do is help establish the why of the firm, right? What makes us great? And there's simple tools that you can use AI just to help you understand. And I always like to say, so for example, from a branding perspective and human touch, let's use AI to create a poll. And that poll is, if we have 10 team members in this law firm, let's put them all in a separate room and ask them, give me 3 sentences on why choose our law firm. What is the likelihood that all of those people would say the exact same thing? Not very high, right? So you can utilize AI for training, for script writing, for further development of the brand, getting everybody on the same page. And that's what leads to human touch, right? It's